Think about your childhood. You were taught mathematics, science, and history. You learned how to drive a car and how to manage a bank account. But nobody ever sat you down and actually taught you how to love. You were sent into the most critical relationship of your life, completely unprepared. And when you inevitably did it wrong, you were punished with pain, jealousy, and isolation. The philosopher Osho points out that the entire spectrum of human heartbreak doesn't stem from bad luck or bad people. It starts with bad education. Society filled your head with a curriculum of romantic ideas that are deeply flawed. To find anything real, we have to tear those ideas down. Love naturally moves through stages. A child purely receives love, demanding it, absorbing it. An adult is meant to evolve past that, moving toward giving, sharing, and eventually a universal compassion that doesn't choose who to shine on. But look around. Our bodies age, our careers advance, yet our emotional capacity to love often freezes somewhere around age 7. We get stuck on the very first rung of the ladder. Take a 40-year-old, highly respected professional. The moment his partner doesn't give him enough attention at a dinner party, he withdraws and sulks in silence for 3 days. We are shocked when our relationships fail, without realizing they aren't bonds between two functional adults. They act like emotional children, desperately fighting over the same toy, waiting for parental validation. To grow up, we have to look closely at the nonsense we've been taught. The first destructive idea is the concept of a soulmate, the belief that there is one single, perfect person made specifically for you. Real people are messy, chaotic, and inevitably irritating over time. If you measure them against a flawless fantasy, every living human will disappoint you, and you will spend your life endlessly searching. The second poison we consume is the idea that true love requires no effort. Films train us to equate the initial chemical flood of infatuation with the entirety of love. Infatuation feels effortless because it is a projection. Actual love only begins when that projection fades. You see the difficult habits and actively choose to stay. A garden doesn't bloom on its own. You have to water the soil, pull the weeds, and protect the roots from frost. The work the gardener puts in is exactly what makes the garden beautiful. Expecting endless chemistry and zero friction doesn't protect your relationship. It guarantees its destruction the moment reality sets in. Then there is the third trap, the assumption that a partner who truly loves you will somehow read your mind. We tell ourselves that if we have to ask for what we need, it doesn't count. This demand creates an unwinnable trap. If a partner fails to guess a need, they are labeled as uncaring. If they fulfill it only after being asked, the gesture is dismissed as forced. It effectively makes successful connection impossible. Add to that the fourth illusion, the belief that total devotion requires constant togetherness. If two trees grow too close to one another, their roots fight for the exact same water, and their branches block the sun until both become stunted. Real connection requires a terrifying level of vulnerability to state your needs out loud, combined with the discipline to give each other enough space to grow into two tall, distinct individuals. This brings us to the strange mechanics of human attraction. We consistently watch a highly disciplined person fall for someone chaotic, or the quietest person draw toward the loudest voice in the room. The quiet observer is often mesmerized by the loud voice because they are secretly longing for their own power to be heard. The partner acts as a mirror, reflecting traits we have forbidden in ourselves. This is exactly why the thrill fades. After the initial rush, the spontaneity you loved looks like irresponsibility. The quiet peace you craved feels like a cold wall. This shift reveals our own internal conflict. We find the partner's traits irritating because we still refuse to accept those same qualities in ourselves. The external argument is the sound of an internal refusal to be whole. Before you can relate to anyone else, you have to do the quiet, solitary work of examining your own mind. The act of loving is a practice of self-understanding. When we try to mold our partners or punish them for their nature, we are projecting unhealed wounds onto a convenient target. By addressing those suppressed pieces of your identity, the need to control dissolves. You allow them to exist as they are. You can never truly love another human being as long as you are using them as a tool to fix your own psychological fractures. The scripts you were handed by society, by movies, by generations of frightened adults, they have to be discarded. The next time you feel a massive magnetic pull towards someone, pause. Instead of asking if they are the one, ask yourself what specific piece of your own soul you have forbidden yourself to express. We have acquired decades of false assumptions about how this is supposed to work. Strip it all away. Unlearn the lies first. Then you can finally begin. A single moment of genuine clarity about your own motives will serve you far better than a lifetime spent pretending. Real connection is never something you stumble into by accident. It is a deliberate, mature practice, built from the ground up through radical, uncomfortable honesty.